Alright, everybody. The ninth Xbox contest has concluded, and we have some things to talk about here. We're going to go from last place and up this time. So we're going to start with the finals. Because the finals got last in this poll, they will not be coming to the schedule at all this upcoming season. And I could say 1,000 reasons why. No, last season we had nobody watch the stream, so why would everybody want to pick it again? Um, it's just not a game that I would see um being decent, because even League 2 had some expectations and nobody in that league met it. Um that, my friends, is why the finals is not there. Now the finals, don't get me wrong, I like the game. It's a good game, but the matchmaking puts you up against people that are like 10 times better than you are, or at least in my experience I have. Um I have never qualified for the second round of a tournament mode, which is their little mode where you just secure cash points and stuff. There's like 8 teams. We've never made it to the second round. Never. After like 3 or 4 or 5 attempts, we've never gotten past round 1. We lose every time. It's literally not for casuals at all. This game is only for competitive people. That's the problem. That's why this game didn't make it. Because a lot of you guys are casual players like me. And don't like to compete as much as everybody else does. But the thing is, majority of players are casuals. With about, maybe, I'm guessing, I'm going to predict around a third actually touching ranked in a recent season. I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but maybe it could be up to half if you're playing Fortnite, but it's usually around a third. Maybe even 20%, but that's your competitive audience. Your casuals, the rest of them, the 80%, 75, whatever it is, they're not going to want to play against people that beam them every 2 minutes. They're going to want to play something else. That, my friends, is actually why I play creative in Fortnite nowadays, and rather than Battle Royale, because I was playing Battle Royale yesterday, died, didn't even make it to the top 50, and then the last straw was just me getting headshot sniped with full health and shields. With the hunting rifle. And that's when I just left and played creative. Like, honestly, it's a much better experience if you're a casual player if you play creative, because Battle Royale will really infuriate you if you keep playing it for 15 billion years. Blitz, I haven't played it too much. I only played it with my friend. It's a good game. But that's not the point in this video. We're not talking about Fortnite. We're talking about the finals. The finals, they don't have any alternatives to go to if you are a casual player. So you either matchmake with a good team or a team that sucks. And more times than I ever had, we've always matchmaked with a team that sucks. So that, my friends, is why the finals will not be going to the next season, as that is just it's just they need to work on matchmaking a little bit better to make it to where it isn't beam and die. And this culture where you have to have a keyboard and mouse to be good in all games is actually horrible, because not everyone can get one. Especially mobile players. I don't think the finals has mobile, but certain games like Fortnite and Roblox do. So yeah, next game is Warframe. I have not played this game, so I can't talk much about it, other than the fact that they will be moving on to the 10th and final Xbox contest. Yes, I said it, the final one. That means if you don't qualify for the next season in that contest, you won't be going at all. So just keep that in mind. Same goes with Valorant as well. They also got qualified. Now, to me, I think Valorant got robbed here. I thought they were going to win this poll right here, but they didn't. So that leads to some questions why they didn't win. Well, first, same issue with the finals. Their matchmaking is awful. As every time I play long play, score ends up being like 1-13 or something like that. Maybe 2-13. Sometimes it's closer, but even if we're on the winning team or the losing team, it's always a far apart game. And this game as well also has a culture of keyboard and mouse being the way to win, which I really hope that they actually introduce controls-based matchmaking. Depending on what controller type you're using, they should matchmake with other players with that type of controller. For example, PlayStation and Xbox would be matchmake together as a priority. This wouldn't mean that PC wouldn't be able to join. It's just that it wouldn't be a priority. Because half the time when I matchmake, I'm most of the time am the only controller player out of all the players in the game. The rest of them being keyboard and mouse. And you could obviously see this as a problem. Because controller players aren't very good. Fortnite tried to address this in Chapter 2, but Bugha ruined that. So, now let me get into context about that, though, before I just automatically say Bugha ruined it. Well, Fortnite actually did something about it. They actually made it easier to aim on controller. Because controller players, we're not the greatest at building. Some of you guys are, but it's easier to do it on a keyboard and mouse. But for the rest of us, we just die to these players with a keyboard and mouse. And then Fortnite addressed it by adding a stronger aim assist. However, Bugha and all the other pros complained so dang much that they had to revert it. And now we're back to being destroyed again and not getting past the top 50 because that's just how the culture of Battle Royale is right now. Again, we're not here to talk about Fortnite. We're here to talk about Valorant. And Valorant's got really, really tough aim at all. Like, their aim assist is even worse. You could barely hit anything. You'll be lucky if you do hit something at this point. And some of these guns just don't make sense as well. Because they're just... all of them are hard to use. Every single one of them. It's just terrible how we Xbox or PlayStation players would have to just die. Like, Valorant will have one more chance to qualify. If they don't qualify in the next poll, then they won't be coming to the next season schedule. And that is that. Now, for the game that did qualify, this game is called Rec Room. Rec Room is just like Roblox, except not as big scale. Rec Room prioritizes voice chat. And I could say, I don't know how we're going to be able to do this, really. We might do it the same system as Roblox, where we just pick games for different periods. But this is a Class C game. We don't have as much time. So whenever we do those picks, we might only be able to do 2 picks. Maybe even only 1 pick, because there's only 45 minutes in the entire stream. So, yeah, as opposed to Roblox, they get 3 hours, which means we would always do 6 games during that entire stream, each lasting 30 minutes. Problem with Rec Room is we only have 45 minutes. If I were to do that system, we would have 30 minutes for one game and 15 for the other. and you can't really divide 45 in half and get a number that isn't a decimal, which I wanted to do that. And even if we did, the number would be short. It'd be like somewhere around it. What would it be? It would be 22 and a half minutes. Not enough time to complete a game of Dusty Trip. So we'll probably stick with one game for the entire stream. Either that, or in case if the game quality is just bad, we could just continuously switch, regardless of the time. Because there's some pretty bad games on Rec Room, I have to say it. I never thought this game would actually make the schedule, but they did. So yeah, welcome Rec Room. It's been a while since I played that, actually. All right, and as the conclusion of this video is that Rec Room is going to the next season schedule. They're going to Season 1. Valorant and Warframe will be advancing to the 10th contest, which will be their final chance to get in the schedule. And the finals will not be going to the schedule because they got last place. I want to thank everybody for watching this video, and we'll see you guys in the ninth Roblox contest video.